Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today, we are on a live stream. This is live, okay? This is live. So I'm not doing my proper intro. So I'm going to wait for a few people to join. I am just going to check that I am actually live. So if you are watching this on the upload, you're probably going to want to fast forward some minutes, maybe 5 minutes, maybe 6, maybe 10. I don't really know. But just double tap on the right if you're watching on mobile. Give it a little skip on desktop. You know, wait until it gets a little bit juicy. But I'm going to wait. I've not gone live in a long time, so hopefully people. Let me just check it's even public. It might not be public. That could be bad. So yeah, wait for the notifications to pop in. I probably should do a post on Facebook or something, but I can't be bothered. We're not going to do that. But today I'm just going to do a general Q&A. If you can hear me, make sure you give me a little 1 in the old comments. I am just going to check the live stream, just make sure it is working, because it would be annoying if it wasn't working. So let's check that. Yeah, I believe that's working. Give it a thumbs up if you're here. Give us a little 1 in the comments if you're here. Jack, what's up? Let me bring my video up. Rich, what's up? Hello. I've got a nice setup today. Currently, you guys are on my laptop, on a chair, on a table. So there we go. I'm pulling out all the stops for you guys today. So yeah, hopefully, I'm not sure, 12 o'clock on what day is it today? Wednesday. Just see who's going to be around. Nicholas, what's up? All good. Is it Martin? What's up, yo? Chris, hello. Sounds clear, all good. You can hear me, right? Got my, I actually literally about 5 minutes ago, I broke my microphone as well, which was, yeah, I was like, Andy, what's up? Awesome. So what I want you to do, guys, is I'm going to leave this very, very open today, because I realized that I have not gone live in, I don't know, what can only be classed as a long time. And I know I used to do them quite a lot. It's just because as you get busy, you know, it gets harder to do these sorts of things. So I put aside some time today so I can just get on here, answer a few questions, and yeah, just spend some time with you guys and, you know, get back to it. Get back to, you know, the OG subs. You guys will know. If you're an OG, you guys will know. Well, how do you say Art Serious? When are you going to buy a Lambo? I don't know. I think it's slightly reckless, but also very fun. So what I might do is, you know, it's a lot of money. And I'd rather use that money for other things. To be honest, I would actually rather use the money for other things. I'd rather scale my businesses rather than, like, honestly, I'd rather scale the businesses. But at the same time, I'd really, really want to have a Lamborghini, but doesn't everyone? So I think what I'm going to do is compromise. I'm going to compromise and maybe get something that's not quite as expensive, and still then be able to kind of, you know, put more money back into businesses as well, because that's the main thing. Like with scaling, anytime you want to scale a business, you know, you need to be able to put money back into the company. So it's really important. Here's a really good question from Mr. Crean or McCreen. I don't know. I'm not sure. Sorry. How do you deal with cash flow when you first started? And this is definitely an interesting point, because if you guys followed me back then when I did first start, I had a problem with cash flow because product was selling well. I literally physically could not afford to keep up with the demand, because I would have to order about 10 to 20,000 pounds worth of stock just for like a couple of months, because I was selling, you know, pre-Christmas, and it was just going banana. It was going crazy, right? It was going crazy. My problem was that I couldn't get kind of loans or anything like that, because I was remortgaging my house. I was no longer employed. So I had to be really careful about what I did with kind of finance and stuff like that, because I wanted to make sure that my mortgage was all good, basically. But yeah, with what you really have to do is, if you've got a very limited amount, then you just want to make sure that you reinvest 100%, okay? You know, I had one of my students that started with £1,000, and he's now doing £6,000 a month in revenue a month on Amazon, and you know, he started with under 1,000. So is it possible? It is possible. You just got to find, if you've got a very low cash flow, you have to find a product with a high margin, okay? You have to find a product with a high margin, otherwise it's going to be very hard for you to scale. I think we might be joined by Kat in a second. Emilian, what's up? Kimmy, hi. Do you think moving to EU market is a good move? Yeah, of course. Yeah, any market where you can make money, then why wouldn't you enter those markets? We've got a lot more people in. Wow. Yeah, so moving into any market where you can make money. Like I sell on the UK, but if I wanted to sell on the US, then I could just go and do it. The reason I don't is because I want to be like you guys know the 80-20 rule, right? So 80% of your outcome or output comes from 20% of your input. I'm a firm believer in that. So whilst a lot of other people online in e-commerce want to release loads of products like all the time, but they're average products, I want to release one product every now and again, but make them like stellar. So in terms of do I want to expand to other countries? Yes, of course I do, because why wouldn't I? But there's a time when I think it's going to be possible. I want to make sure that I've captured as much as I possibly can before I do that. And also, of course, going back to that last question with cash flow issues, if I'm launching in somewhere like US, I want to put a lot more money into it to make sure I can get ranked really well. What should people be aware of? This is from Lee. What's up, Lee? Be aware of if they're doing their first launch into basically Q4, so November, Christmas, January sales. Okay, so there's a couple of things to be aware of. First of all, toys and games will be probably restricted. I think there's some guidance coming out on this soon, or it's already out. Not quite sure, but some guidance on that from Amazon about I think probably toys and games will be like restricted for that sort of time. So you need to make sure your product is, I think, selling like ASAP so that you can sell it and get can sell it into Q4. The big thing is that your sales are going to be a lot higher than they normally are, like 2, 3, 4 times higher than they normally are. So it's a great time to launch your product because it's the best time for Amazon sellers or all people that sell products, like in retail shops, online, everywhere. Like your sales just go bananas. So it's a really great time to launch a product, but you want to get there as soon as possible so you're ranked on that first page. If you're ranked on the first page, like for Christmas, you're going to do really well because so many people are coming to Amazon. The other thing you've got to bear in mind is that there'll be other sellers that might not have ordered enough stock. They might go out of stock. You might then get bumped up the listings, and you might make a little bit more money. So my advice is get it launched as soon as possible and get the rank up, and try and get as much stock as you can as well. Madge, hello. Do you like pizza? I do like pizza. I really do. Craig, what's up? Okay, how do you get reviews since Amazon cracked down on Facebook review groups? Okay, so I've never used Facebook review groups because of that very reason of Amazon. Like they were definitely monitoring them in some way. Like they could see all the different accounts speaking to each other. And I never used Amazon review groups. I never recommend using review groups for a couple of reasons. First of all, I think Amazon are clocking onto it. Second of all, there is a lot of snakes in the grass, particularly with things like Jump Send as well. Although I love Jump Send for email follow-up sequence, I don't recommend it for product launches because loads of people just go on, buy a product, and then sell it on your listing as a hijacker, or they'll just sell it on eBay. So I don't think they're great ways to kind of launch. With Facebook groups, then I do it. Of course, this is technically a little bit shady, but I just ask people to review the product I really trust and that have no kind of connection to me. They've never bought anything from me before, all that sort of stuff. And if you're worried about that, get them to do an unverified review instead of verified. There are review limits now, so you can't have loads of reviews coming every single day. I do cover this in my course, but I can't remember exactly the numbers. It was something like 5 verified, 3 unverified, or something like that you can have a day. Don, what's up? Chris, hi. Lee, what's up? You should know that you're the one that made me take the leap. But, yeah, I'm glad I could help you, Hassan. Yeah, I'm really glad. It took someone else online to help me take the leap as well. So it's really rewarding when I get like messages and stuff like that. On Instagram and Facebook where people saying that I've helped them. That's really like the thing that makes it worthwhile, if that makes sense. Dan, what do you think the best method is for getting initial reviews in 2018? To be honest, it's going to be the same way as before. The best way to get reviews is by having a great product. First of all, it's by having a great email follow-up sequence and like product inserts, and just like generally when someone receives the product, I wish I had something to use, right? When someone receives the product in their hand, they're like, man, this company has gone to a lot of effort. I'm going to leave them a review. Like that is the best way to get reviews, hands down. But initially to get reviews, then you just have to be quite careful with what you do, because you don't want any reviews taken away. You don't want any reviews kind of flagged by Amazon. You don't want your listing limited by Amazon. So you have to be very careful. Don't get everyone to review your product, and definitely don't get people you don't trust to review it as well. Don, you ready to make your first order, but not so clear on getting the delivery direct to Amazon. Can you recommend a freight forwarder? Yeah. So I have a freight forwarder called Adam, Adam at fba-forwarding.com, and he'll kind of do like sea shipping. But if you're doing air shipping, you're probably going to get a better deal with the actual the supplier. They probably have a better deal set up with something like TNT or DHL or FedEx or whatever. They probably have a better rate. So I would just ask for door-to-door delivery. That's really important. And, ask between DDU and DDP shipping. So DDU stands for Delivery Duty Unpaid, which means that you're going to be responsible for paying the VAT and the customs duty. DDP is just the same, but it's going to be paid up front by the supplier, basically. So those are the easiest ways to do it. But if you're doing sea shipping, then get a freight forwarder, because they might be able to make it a bit cheaper. Okay, another question. You're focusing on branding specific. Let me read this. It's focusing on branding specific niche and specific brand. We're branding each individual product each time you find something good. So there are, this is. Lots of people do this different ways. I don't really feel that there's a right or wrong way to do it. I really think it depends on the product and the brand. So if you create a brand that is a little bit more generic, that better not be someone at my door. Motion detected. I'm going to look at that. So yeah, don't worry, I've got CCTV, so I can see what's happening. What am I talking about? Yeah, so you can have that branded store where you can sell lots of different products, and that's cool. You just got to be maybe a little bit more generic with your name, or make something up in terms of a name. But if you come up with a brand like product and idea, and it's a really strong brand image, and you're going down the branding route, you're going down social media, you're going down like all that sort of route, then actually, you want to keep it quite specific. You don't want to dilute your brand by releasing products that don't really make sense. So it really, honestly, depends on you and what you want to focus on. I don't think personally there's any right or wrong. I do both. Would it be a challenge to start from scratch now to be listed on Amazon for Xmas shopping season? So what is it, August? No, you can make it happen by then, definitely. Yeah, you can definitely make it happen by then. Just get it done as soon as possible. Don't rush. Definitely don't rush. But don't wait a week because you're not quite sure. If it's gonna work for you. Okay, what's going on? I'm getting a lot of notifications. I want to make sure no one's at my door. So it's just people walking by. It's all good. Aaron, love to see some mini interviews with some of your UK Facebook group members. Read all the posts all the time, and people doing well. Be interested to hear from newbies and Amazon sellers. Yeah, I've asked a few people. Some people maybe didn't want to be on camera. And some people maybe wanted to wait until they had like a month or two's worth of experience, selling, so we can get some real kind of good results. So yeah, it's definitely on the cards. I got a few people lined up. I just need to literally organize doing the interviews with them, when it's convenient for them. But yeah, I definitely want to get people on the channel more and do some more interviews for sure. I've just lost my place. James. Do you think it's essential to have my custom design on the packaging for just my sample? No, for just a sample, like if you're literally just getting a sample to test the quality, no, I don't think that's necessary. If you want a sample of the product, then yeah, maybe. What you can sometimes do is ask your supplier for it's like a pre-shipment delivery or pre-shipment sample. So when you've paid your 30% deposit for your bulk amount of products, and you can, when they start, maybe they produce 10 of them or something, right? They can then send them to you straight away rather than waiting for all of them to be finished. So you can do that, and you can check the actual packaging and stuff like that. But in terms of the sample, no, I don't believe you need to do that, because a lot of things can be kind of generated online in terms of putting the logos on the products themselves, the actual making the packaging so it looks kind of real. So there's lots of things you can do without having it in person. The other thing you can do is try and find that supplier. You can kind of sometimes see what suppliers are supplying to what sellers. So just buy their product and test theirs, and even ask your supplier, do you supply to X company? And when I've asked them in the past, they've always been, they're like, yeah, we they're one of our big EU clients or whatever. Valley, hey. How much did you make from your first product launch? Did you sell out in your first month? I sold out really quickly. I can't remember, unfortunately, exactly how much I made. It'll be on my YouTube videos, like way back when. But yeah, I sold out. I had a problem of basically ordering, selling out, because I couldn't order enough. I didn't have enough money back then. Okay, how do you develop a logo and apply on a product? So logo, I have a graphic designer do my logos. Normally what I do is I have an idea about what I want, like how it needs to look. And then what I do is I go to my graphic designer. I found someone that's really good now. I'm happy to kind of share their kind of email and stuff. And they create a really wicked design. But what I always do is they create a design for me. I ask them to create 3 designs, so 3 kind of variations. I then choose one of them and ask them to create 3 more variations, so that I can really kind of focus it down onto really what I want and look at something really specific. And what you'll find is that the first one is probably good, but after you ask them to do remakes of that one, they'll come up with even better ideas. And it'll really get down to that one logo. And you can get that done for like $30. Like they're not, you don't have to pay a lot of money for these things. How do you plan on a product? You'll send it to the supplier and you talk to them about the placement of it and they would get it on. It can be like printed, it could be stitched, it could be laser etched, it could be like a rubber little thing. It depends on the product. I want an Assassin's t-shirt and I must say everyone looks as if I'm the assassin. You are an assassin. What we'll do, guys, we'll do a giveaway today. If you wait until the end, I'll give away an Assassin's t-shirt. There we go. How do you feel about that? Let me know. Give me a 4 in the comments if you'd like to win a Assassin's t-shirt. I don't have one on. They're all in the wash, so sorry. Samantha, love the course. Awesome. Thank you. How long would you try out a product before you know if it's not worth it and move on to a different product? It's really hard to say. It's really hard to say because sometimes the product is good, but the way you've done it may not be good. Okay, so say for example, if your back-end keywords are not correct, all right, they're not the best keywords, and that can really hurt your listing. For example, recently Amazon changed their back-end keywords from like 1,000 characters down to 250. And if you haven't changed it, then none of them are going to be ranked. Okay, so you need to go and change them. So there's a lot of things that could be relevant to your specific listing that are stopping your product from being successful, like your pictures, your titles, your reviews. And those things can be fixed, fortunately, okay? Like those things can be fixed, whereas if it's the actual product, then you'd probably know pretty soon because it wouldn't be making any money. So it's hard to say specifically about like a general situation, but if I saw it, in person, then it'd be easy to make the decision, I think. But I would always go through the steps of, is my listing as good as possible? And this is what you need to do, guys, right? You need to be critical with yourself and you need to put yourself in the customer's position. Like really look at your listing and go, is this better than the competition? Right? If it's not better than competition, why would you expect a customer to buy your product over theirs? You really have to be critical. And if it's your pictures like 90% of the reason why people buy your product. Work on your pictures. Like I see some awful pictures. You need to create better pictures than your competition. That is one of the biggest things you can do. It means that more people click on your listing, your PPC will be more effective. You'll get higher conversion rates, which means you'll get a better rank, which means you'll make more sales, which means you'll get more reviews, which means you get a better rank. So it's one of those things that pictures have such a huge impact on your listing. If you don't get it right, then it can really hurt you. Lost my place again. It sometimes happens. Going to ship due to weight 300 kilograms. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, speak with freight forwarders, but also see if you can get a quote from your supplier as well, because they again might have a deal with a particular freight forwarder that they use. Always get quotes. Nicholas, left my job today to focus on my business. Sick, awesome. Let's do this. FBA for the win. Eek. Hashtag. Scared, wish me luck. Yes, good luck, my friend. Oh yeah, that's wicked. Congratulations. I'm really happy for you. Oh no, would love to interact with this live, but got a 9 to 5 and my lunch is over. That is a shame. I'm sorry for you, but do everything you can to get out that 9 to 5. If you haven't watched my video, guys, from yesterday, was it yesterday? Yesterday with Jordan, please go and watch it because there's some really hard-hitting points which I just think a lot of people need to hear. And I've had messages from people that said like that video made a really profound impact on them. So please go and watch it. Are you recommending to do wholesale on branded products in the UK? Is it hard to find a distributor in the UK? So I've not done it myself. I have someone on the channel recently, Bo. It's a Crable. Did an interview with him. That's exactly what he does. He buys kind of branded products and sells them on Amazon. He does really well. He does, I think at the time of speaking, he does like 25,000. I don't know, it was something like that, £25,000 on Amazon UK a month. So it's pretty good, and he does his majority of his work in the US. So yeah, in terms of is it hard to find, I don't know. Probably not that hard. You just need to know where to look. But yeah, I'd go speak to him maybe. Maybe a cat, where is it? Just a quick hello, Skylar. Have you ever played your suppliers by TT to save money? So basically, with different ways of paying suppliers, if they ever say pay Western Union, just be like, nope, like just no, not at all. The two real options are if you're going to pay with basically PayPal, or if you're going to pay with like your debit card, so using Alibaba transfer. And I use Alibaba just because I want to be protected. There's a 3% fee, I think it is, the last time I checked, whereas PayPal is a 5% fee, but maybe with PayPal you could have, you know, protection as well. So any one of those ways seems to work. I just wouldn't use Western Digital. That's the only that's not it. Western Union. Western Digital is the hard drives. Damn. Have you ever used or do you use Alibaba for sourcing? Yeah. I use Alibaba, yeah. There are other ones you can use, but I use them. Sample tip for the cash strapped. A lot of the time you'll recognize products on Alibaba being sold on what? Yes, absolutely. That is a little, yeah, good point, Lee. So what Lee is saying there is that sometimes it's cheaper just to buy the competitor's product off Amazon to test the quality if you think it's from the same supplier rather than getting the sample from the Chinese supplier. Now, it's tricky with that because you never really know where they're getting their products from, but it's definitely a way where you can see generally the kind of quality. For yes. All right, okay, I will do a giveaway at the end of the video, don't you worry. I'll give a t-shirt to someone. Love your content, thank you. Thank you, very genuine, thank you very much. Looking to get your course soon, awesome. Are you currently selling in the US or just the UK? Just the UK. Eventually I'll move into the US, but I want to dominate the UK first. 4 for 4. Do you offer one-to-one tuition? No, I don't really offer one-to-one. Unfortunately, I just don't have enough time to offer one-to-one tuition anymore. I used to, but I just don't have the time, unfortunately. I bite off a lot more than I can chew, so that I have to work really hard to get things done. So I've got a whole bunch of, like, for example, at the moment, I've got obviously YouTube, which is creating all the content for you guys, which is like so time consuming. All the messages I get every single day, which is in the hundreds, all the content creation, all the like thinking about what to do. I then have, you know, 2 Amazon stores. So I've got my current Amazon store, which actually granted doesn't really take any time at all. But the other one is taking up a lot of time because I'm in the development stage. What else have we got? Course content. I'm basically recording a whole massive, like 100 videos for a course. It's taking way longer than I thought. Other than that, you know, I've got, you know, stuff that I want to do that's not work as well. I want to go and do things. So yeah, I'm very, very strapped for time at the moment. So I don't offer any one-to-one tuition. Sam, send the shipment labels to your supplier. The exact ones Amazon sent me, good, but the supplier is saying it's missing a QR code and they don't want to send them in case they're turned away. Okay, make sure that when you create your shipping plan, okay, the second lot of barcodes you can get, so the first lot of barcodes is going to be your product barcodes, the second lot of barcodes are going to be your shipping labels, and it should have the supplier information, it should have your information, so ship from and ship to information, and there should be a barcode, massive big barcode on there. Not QR code though, should be a barcode. Interesting, yeah. If it's got a barcode, it's fine. Might delete that comment. Yeah, I'll delete that comment. It's quite a nice one. Okay. Right, so let me go back onto this one. How important is, in your opinion, having mentors while also after launching a new business? So important. This is a big thing I made a mistake with before. Like companies I launched in the past, like all that businesses I've tried to start loads of businesses. I never had a mentor. I never had someone I could look to and go, oh, like they're doing it. So important. I would say crucial, absolutely crucial to your success is having a mentor. You don't have to physically know them personally, right? But you have to be able to access their information. If that's a book, if it's a training course, if it's like an audio book or a podcast, like YouTube, you can call people. You can call people your mentor if you get any mentorship from them. It doesn't have to be, you know, physically in person or anything like that. How do you learn about Facebook ads? I took courses on Facebook ads and then I did them as well. Like there's all well and good learning stuff, but you have to actually do the stuff. Let's just hide user from this channel. Bye-bye, Samantha. Thank you for your kind comments. Do you sell in the UK only? Yeah. What's the difference between the course you provide with the video tutorial? So the video tutorials I upload on YouTube, they're very kind of basic. They're kind of overviews. They're more interesting for the YouTube audience, whereas a course is really tuition, right? The course is click here, click here, click here, do this, do that. It's not made for entertainment purposes. It's made for you know, educational purposes. So it's a lot more specific. It's a lot more in detail. Whereas a lot of the content that people want to see on YouTube, I've tried to do the more complicated content on YouTube. People don't really like it because it's kind of like you need to be selling on Amazon to make it work, to need that information. You need to be doing it already to need that information. So yeah, the content that people like on YouTube is like the, you know, product research. It's the like how to get reviews. It's kind of the general topics, whereas the course is like super specific, like little tiny chunks of information that add up to one huge thing. Selling on Amazon for a while, plan to make course monolingual original language. Yeah, sweet, do it. Every time, sorry guys. Here we go, I'm back to the position. I keep losing my place. In relation to competition, okay, besides pictures, like you mentioned, what other ways there are from differentiating your products on Amazon? Okay, so there's so many ways to differentiate. Have a better product. That's simply it. Have a better product is a great way to differentiate. Have a bundle. Now that may not be a physical bundle. It could be something like an ebook. It could be a membership. There's so many things you can do, right, to differentiate yourself from your competition. As long as you're adding value to the customer, you're doing something that is actually worthwhile. For example, don't like sell a tripod for, I'm just a tripod down there, with an ebook on how to lay bricks, right? You know, there's obviously that's a far-fetched example, but you have to make things that are valuable for the customers. So first of all is your product offer. Make sure you really offer something that people want, that is different to your competition. Rather than improving on your competition, maybe think about how you can offer a different solution or a better opportunity to those prospective customers, so that they see other people's and they see yours and goes, oh, your one's like, oh, really cool, really nice. Rather than just like it's a simple improvement, it's a different opportunity, right? And bundles really help with that. Definitely. So bundles are a great way to change. But again, if you could have the best bundle in the world, if your pictures are rubbish, doesn't matter. You need the pictures first. Thank you, Mr. Fur. Thank you. Do you use Jungle Scout Niche Hunter? I don't actually use Niche Hunter. No, not at all. Can you have 2 Amazon seller accounts? Yes, you can have 2 accounts, but no, you cannot apply for them kind of without authorization. So there's a seller performance team, you should email them. There's a few, I think it's 4 criteria. It's different business bank accounts, so you have to have a different bank account, different email address, obviously, because you need to log in with a different email address. They cannot interact in any way. The 2 accounts must not interact in any way, like leaving each other reviews or buying each other's products or anything like that. And then the 4th thing is that you cannot sell like the same products or like very, very similar products. But you need authorization first. And even if you get authorization and you don't follow those rules, like both accounts can be taken down. They're very, very strict on this. Excuse me. Have you ever? Let me have some water. I'll stay on for like another 5-10 minutes. We'll do the giveaway and then we'll call it a day. Okay. Have you ever had another company make an extra product insert for extra value? And have that sent to your suppliers? Does this make logistics for your product more difficult? I hope that makes sense. Yeah, so not for a product insert, but if you have like a bundle, so you have a product and you need the bundled product with it, but the first manufacturer doesn't do it, you can reach out to a second manufacturer. Or if you need like a really specific box, so you can go out to a box manufacturer, you can have them made and then sent to the supplier as well. So yeah, there's definitely, you can do those things. In terms of logistics, then all you have to do is ask the second supplier to deliver to the first supplier's address. That's it. That's nice and easy. It's not that hard. Yeah, as long as logistically you have things done at the right time, so that the actual main supplier has everything they need in terms of like the box or the bundle, and they have everything they need. Then and everyone knows what they're doing. Then yeah, it shouldn't be too much problem. Damage and reject products if some boxes are damaged in transit. Yeah, so when you get your inventory come into the warehouse, basically they scan everything in. If there's anything that's unfulfillable, you'll be made aware of it, and you can either do a removal request or you can have it destroyed. James, ordering a sample in the next couple of days. I was talking with multiple suppliers. Main concerns are sorting barcodes, GS1 versus Barcode Mania. Scared also about slow start. Okay, so Amazon say that they only recognize barcodes from GS1, okay, or GS1 barcodes basically, and Barcode Mania. When I reached out to them, they say basically that that's the ones that they use. So I use Barcodes Mania. Just because they're fine and they're like $3 or something like that. I've got no problems with them whatsoever. They work absolutely fine. I don't know if that's always going to be the case, but if you're not sure, you can always buy a bulk load of barcodes from GS1. It's up to you. Have you taken the Tai Lopez 67 steps? No, I've not. What happens if the What happens if the listing you use on Amazon is claiming that you can't sell their product on their listing? What happens if the listing you use on Amazon is claiming that you can't sell their product? So if you're hijacking on someone else's listing, then yeah, if it depends if you're allowed to or not. Are you allowed? If you are allowed to, then they should have no problem with it. If you're not allowed to, then yeah, you're not. Yeah, you got to be maybe more specific with that question. But you're probably. I think you're talking about hijacking. Rory, how are you? I'm good, thank you. Can you pay monthly for the course? I don't have like a monthly payment. Just send me an email and maybe we can sort something out. But yeah, on occasion I do, but I don't have it as an option for everyone. What do you think about Amazon's own private label? Yeah, they have like, I can't remember exactly how many brands, but they've got their own brands. Yeah, it's good, I guess. Log in from the same IP, no problem. Logging in, I assume you're talking about having 2 seller accounts. It's no problem if you've been authorized by the seller performance team. If you have that in writing, then there is no problem whatsoever. But you have to have those 4 things, and you have to ask permission. What is the best product category on Amazon? There is no best product category, I don't think. Should you keep raising a PPC even though it ticks over higher than you budgeted? It depends if it's going to be profitable for you, if you're making sales from it. Very hard to say, but when you say raising your PPC, it depends if you mean raising your budget or raising your bid. They're 2 different things. Did you ever have a hijack on your listing? Yeah, of course. Or somebody undercut you on price. So no one's undercut me on price because no one can legally sell my product because it's private labeled. People have tried to obviously hijack my listing, but that's fine. You can send a cease and desist letter, contact Amazon. It's not too much of an issue if you private label your product. Let me go scroll down. Thank you for your time. No, it's my pleasure. What's your opinion about eBay in the UK? Drop shipping, AliExpress, any thought? To be honest, I don't have no opinion on it. If it makes you money, then sweet. If you sell all 300 units of your order, forecasted to make £2,000 profit after PPC, how likely, unlikely is it that I will shift all 300 units? All of the competitors seem to have less than 200. It's hard to say. With that information, it's really, really hard to say. And again, kind of what I've been speaking about in this live stream, it really depends on your listing. If you have a crap listing, then you're probably not going to shift those units. If you have a wicked listing, if you kind of optimize your PPC over time, then yeah, of course you can shift 300 units, but it's really down to you creating something that customers want. I mean, so Ben, they claim that you can't sell their branded product on their listing, but a lot of them are just reselling it anyway. Do you recommend create your own listing yourself? It depends what you're doing. If you're reselling branded products, are you selling on the brand, like the main brand? I'm not quite sure what you're asking. If you're trying to hijack someone else's listing and you don't have authorization to sell that product, it depends on where you bought it from, then no, you can't sell it. If you have authorization, then you can. You just provide authorization to Amazon and they're not going to do, you won't get kicked off. Are you making a video about the free tools apps available like Keeper MA Scout. No, I'm not, because to be honest, I don't like the free services. It's just not worth. I don't even consider using them, to be honest, because if something's paid, it's going to have a better service. So I don't really look at them, to be honest. Is it worth paying to get your product trademarked? Okay, it's an interesting question. I heard this is about £270. Also, it is worth paying for product liability cover. I've been quoted £30 a month for it. So trademarking, yes, if you really are building up a brand. It also helps with hijackers. It also helps with brand registry. And it helps with loads of things, really. But yeah, if you want to get something trademarked, if you really kind of want to have this brand, or you have, or you want to trademark a logo or a name, then yeah, get it trademarked if you want to. In terms of product liability cover, £30 a month. Again, if it's worth it for you, if it's worth it, if your company's really, this is not advice or anything like that, but if your company's like super new, worst case scenario, you can just close your company. Like literally worst case scenario. Would you be down to record a podcast? Yeah, cool. I've never done a podcast. Yeah, sweet. Just email me. When are you raising the price of the course you hadn't already? So I'm thinking about the course price. I'm thinking about how to keep people happy, how to make sure that people get more value out of it, but also because I'm spending a lot of time doing it. So I'm thinking about how to do it. I haven't quite come to the conclusion yet, but I've got a lot of things working on in the background. Yeah, I've got a lot. Yeah, I'm not going to announce just yet what I'm going to be doing because, first of all, I haven't decided. And in terms of the timeline, I've done about 1.5 modules for one part, and I've done 3 or 4 modules for another part. So I'm quite a way off, to be honest. So it's taking a lot longer. I just uploaded an hour and a half worth of content this morning. So yeah, it's a lot of work, to be honest. It's a lot of work. So I'm not quite sure. If a product has BSR of 2,250 in the top level category, what would you suggest their monthly sales would be? I don't know, man. Like, I'm not an algorithm. I have no idea. No idea. It depends on the category. Toys and games will be drastically different to beauty or to automotive or to grocery. It's completely different. Based off the category. There are estimators you can use. So Jungle Scout have a free estimator, like BSR estimator that you can use. You type in you have the product category and you type in the BSR and it'll tell you roughly how many sales they make a month. But off the top of my head, absolutely no idea. Can you suggest an e-commerce accountant? Any accountant. Yeah, it's the same. If an accountant can do they're an accountant. They can do accounts for any business. And what we do is actually very easy, to be honest, because we can just export all of the documents super easily. So yeah, very easy for them. Right, so guys, I'm going to do a giveaway. We've got quite a few people watching. We've got 56 or so people watching. So if you're still in the live stream, what I want you to do is type in free down in the comments. Type in free, F-R-E-E, and I'm going to choose one of you to get a t-shirt, and I'll send that out to you. What I'll do is you'll need to email me with a screenshot of you logged into your account. Don't everyone do it right now. I've had people do that in the past. Don't just email me if you've not won. Only the winner will win. Otherwise, you're just going to waste my time, basically. So only the winner email me, signed into their YouTube account with their address, email address, and actually I need a phone number as well. And I'll get that delivered to you. Can you lead in the ad copy that there's a bonus to look out for, which being but only people for the sole purpose of collecting email addresses? It's hard. So if you're delivering an ebook to people, then you can use email follow-up sequences to actually send it to them. Can you lead in the ad copy that there's a bonus for the customer who looks out for it? I wouldn't do that, to be honest. I wouldn't do that. It's a bit snaky. Just give it to your customers. Give it to your customers, and the people that have their emails accepted with Amazon, they'll receive it. I wouldn't worry about the people that don't have it. But don't promote that like everyone's going to get this awesome thing, and some people don't get it because they don't have their emails marketing turned on. On your product packaging or product insert, you can maybe have a link to your website where they can download the free ebook. So that means anyone that receives the product, if they look at the packaging, they can receive it. But I wouldn't kind of like incentivize people to look out for something if not everyone's going to get it because of email marketing preferences. You've got to be careful, because if you get bad reviews, people said, oh, they said I'll get this if I did this, and then like you don't want a bad review. Oh, we got lots of free. I'll give it a couple of seconds, because obviously there's a delay in speaking and stuff. Who's enjoyed the live stream as well? While I wait for everyone to comment, who enjoyed the live stream? Do you want me to do some more? Do you like the live streams? What would you like to see in the live streams? Do you like the location? Because I'm quite comfy. Realistically, how much do you need to start a product? I reckon around £1,000, around, give or take. I've had people do it for less. I've had people do it for more. Yeah, it's up to you. It's up to you in terms of the product you go for. But yeah, you can definitely do it for about £1,000, like 100%. Enjoying it? Yeah, awesome. Why did I just say free? Because you want to win a t-shirt. Okay, so if anyone that's late to the live stream, shame on you for being late. But also, I'll be giving away one of my Assassin's t-shirts. I wish I had one right now. Oh, there's one right there. Oh my god. Is that one? I think this is one. I said they were in the wash. They're not in the wash. They are now out the wash. So I've got, this is crinkled. This is a bit embarrassing. This is a bit embarrassing, but there we go. We've got Assassin tee. I've got this one in black. I do have one in grey, but the grey one's my one. So I'm going to give one of those away for free. Okay, I've got a few more questions, and then I will, at 45 minutes, I will do the giveaway. Do more live streams. It's hard to find the time, that's for sure. But it's really enjoyable to do the live streams, like really, really enjoyable. You live in the UK, you want to sell in the US. Do you have enough money to begin? 2,190, yes you do. Haven't been here for very long, but very helpful, thank you. Mr. Gray. Okay. Always great to hear your feedback. Opinion mate, no problem. How much was the Range Rover? 20, no, it was 30,000. 30,000. Then I got loads of like extras and stuff like that. I got like carbon fiber mirrors. I got about £1,000, just over £1,000 worth of extras for free, which was good. Definitely made my lunch break nice. Do them more often. I'm seeing a trend here. Should give away a free conference call with you. No, I can't really give away I haven't got enough time to give away conference calls, unfortunately. If I had enough time for conference calls, people would pay for them. YouTube restricted my comment. Got an insert that leads to a landing page, then the ebook. Okay. I wouldn't capture someone's email to get something that you're offering them on Amazon. I don't think that's a good idea. If you're saying to people, go to this page, enter your email, and you're going to get an ebook from the product that you're selling, I don't think that's a good idea, personally. It's a much better idea to provide it to them, right? Give them the value because they've already purchased your product, they're already a customer, and then give them an incentive to sign up to your mailing list, or give them an incentive to join you on your Facebook page, rather than hold their ebook for ransom. You can do it, but I think it would just piss some people off. $100 startup. What price range per item? Boxes depends on the volume of units you're looking to sell. So if it's 500 units a month that you need, then obviously £2 is your limit. But it really depends. Playing guitar, nice. Not right now, but I could do. How do you recommend to list on Amazon if you are drop shipping, using other listings to create your own listing? If you're it depends where you're drop shipping from. Yeah, where are you drop shipping from? Yeah, I wouldn't drop ship from China, from Amazon. Definitely wouldn't do that. The delivery times are too long. You'll get bad seller performance. Am I too late, Simon? You're very late. We're about to end in a few minutes. I'll do the giveaway in a minute. Will I learn enough knowledge to start the FBA after your course, or do you recommend? Yeah, it will definitely be enough with the course. You know, I've had people that have had zero experience with Amazon, with selling online, like not even that good using computers, that have been able to start with just the course content. But yeah, get as much information as you can. Just don't get so much information that you're procrastinating because you want to get more information. Just start with like step 1. After you've got step 1, go to step 2. What Range Rover can you get for 30 bags? A second-hand one, that's for sure. I've got a Range Rover Evoque. It's like the black edition. What's it called? The black with the black pack? Can't remember. It's all black. Have I ever done online or retail arbitrage? No, I've not. How much do you need for PPC when you... this is probably going to be the last question, unless there's like a really good question. How much do you need for PPC when you first start up? US usually advise about $50 a day. It's really relevant down to the product. I wouldn't just smash $50 or £50 a day on, because your auto campaign, although it's good for gathering data, it's not good for not conversions, but making the most out of your money. Manual campaigns are the best for making the most out of your money. So I would start small and then scale. That's really, really important. Start small. But it depends on the product. Like if there's a product with a really high profit margin, then you can spend more on PPC to make a sale. Whereas if all the products are quite cheap and they have a low profit margin, then you don't have to spend as much. So it is really dependent on the product. So there we go. Just this last question. What can I do if I can't get the SES sheet from the supplier for passing hazmat review? Find a different supplier that can provide you with that sheet. Yeah, there'll be a reason why they can't provide it. Someone else will be able to provide it. Okay, so that is going to be it for today. What I'm going to do is scroll back. We're going to find someone to do the giveaway for. Excuse me. Let's have a little look. Oh, we've got quite a lot. Wow, we have got a lot. Lots of people want some free stuff. Get the free stuff here. Man, there's a lot of comments. Ooh, okay. The winner is going to be Andy Sumner. I hope I've said that right. Andy Sumner, S-U-M-N-E-R. You have won the tee. All right. You have won the t-shirt. Congratulations. What I need you to do is send me an email to info@johnnybradley.com. You need to put in your name, which I know, but just put your name in there. Screenshot of you logged into your YouTube account so I know it's you. You also need to put in there your full address, your phone number in case the delivery people can't find you. And that should be it. So if you can do that for me today, I'll get this sent out to you. Well, not this one, but I'll get a brand new one sent out to you nice and quickly. Cool, guys. Right, there's more is there more questions? Yeah, I think so much information. Yeah, procrastination is just a killer. Like, you need to take it. I was the culprit of doing exactly the same thing. I think everyone is a culprit of procrastinating, but the thing that I've been able to do over the past year, and actually one of my benefits, one of my strengths now, is taking action very, very quickly. Like, you'll notice, guys, that if you follow my channel, I try a lot of stuff, and not all of it works, but I try as much as I possibly can, be a bit of a mad scientist, give things a go. I take action very, very quickly. And sometimes that's kind of like a shiny object syndrome, but do you know what? It's worked. So there we go. You need to just move away from procrastination and just move towards action. That's the only thing that makes a difference. Massive action equals massive results, right? How do you know when to separate your assets into separate limited companies? Hopefully your accountant can help you with that. Oh, you missed it. Sorry. Right, that is going to be it for the live stream, guys. I hope you have thoroughly enjoyed this. Let's talk about resources that you can use for support. So I've got a whole bunch of resources. Let's just go through them. Okay, first of all, you've got my kind of free Amazon groups, so you're happy to join them. There's kind of people in there like talking about different issues they're having, kind of different successes. So really good if you're kind of looking to be an Amazon seller. Of course, you have my email support. Reach out to me via email. It takes me a little bit of time to reply these days, but I do get back to as many, well, hopefully everyone, unless it goes to junk. So if I don't reply within like 2 days, just send it again. You can sometimes reach out to me on Instagram. You can sometimes get on me on Facebook, but just bear in mind that email is going to be the best way to reach me, because I get hundreds and hundreds of DMs and stuff like that. It's very, very hard to stay on top of, but emails are very easy to stay on top of. If you want to actually get my help with learning how to sell on Amazon, then all you have to do is click the first link in the description. That's going to be my course, and that's going to take you basically from A to Z to show you everything you need to do, and you get my kind of proper email support. You get the support from my FBA consultant, and you get the FBA students group as well. So a whole bunch of stuff that can really give you a kickstart on your entrepreneurship journey. The main thing that I didn't have when I started out was a really big support network. So these are a few of the things, particularly in the UK, that I wish I had. So hopefully you've got everything. You've got no excuses not to get started. And if you've got any other questions, just let me know. Either email, wait for this video to be uploaded, and you can ask a question in the comments if you have missed the live stream. Hope you all have enjoyed it, everybody. Yeah, definitely hope you've all enjoyed it. I'll try and do another one soon-ish, but I can't commit to that because yeah, I can't commit to it. But yeah, I've really enjoyed today, and I hope you have too. And I'll see you all very soon. Very soon. Bye bye. I've got to turn this off now. See ya.